Hey, hi, how you doing? Thank you so much for clicking on this video today. If you're new here, my name is Marjorie, and if you're not new here, my name is still Marjorie, and this is Marjorie Made, my channel mostly about cross-stitch, sometimes crafting and books, but I think today it's just gonna be cross-stitch. I've got a lot to show y'all. I've got some starts, some finishes, and then later on I'll actually talk about my 2024 plans, which is really exciting. So if you're interested, then please stick around. It's been a couple of weeks since my last video, and in the meantime I celebrated my birthday, which was amazing. And before my birthday, actually, I went to the Jingle Ball. This is my second year going. I had a blast. I wasn't able to be on as much as I wanted to be. My birthday weekend kind of got away from me and I wasn't at home very much, but Friday night I was able to hop on and join some of the stitchy lounges, and I got to talk to some really great people, and it was just so much fun. I highly recommend the Jingle Ball. Next year it's not on my birthday weekend, which I guess is good or bad because I'll have to work that weekend since it's not my birthday weekend, but I'm probably won't have plans other than working. So when I get off, I can maybe participate a little bit more in that. But Friday night, I actually started 2 projects while I was at the Jingle Ball. So I will get into some of that. As you can see, I have a new hairdo. I got my hair cut pretty short and I'm loving it, y'all. I'm loving it. I was looking at my YouTube like content page where it just showed all my videos, and my hair is different in every single one. Like I've been switching it up, but I think I might settle on this. Like, I really enjoy the length. It's very easy to take care of and it's very cute, if I do say so myself. But I just thought it was funny because every time I record, which is every, like, you know, maybe sometimes every month, but like sometimes it's every 2 to 3 weeks, and my hair is different in the last like 4 or 5 videos, so I just thought that was funny. I think we're gonna hop into starts now. No, we're gonna do finishes first. Normally I don't have finishes, so I normally just jump into starts because that's been the trend this year. I have finished a couple of small things over the last couple of weeks, and I would love to share those with y'all. The first one is actually right behind me. This is a Mill Hill kit, so there are beads and there's this cute little star at the very top. This has been on my whip list since last Christmas. Oh my god, that's so embarrassing. I really should have just finished it. I still have to add the backing, but I did cut it out. If you watched my October wrap-up, I did finish another Mill Hill kit, the Dracula one, so it just kind of showed me how silly I was for leaving this on my whip list for a whole year. So, one down. I'm really excited. It was a quick finish, and with me starting some things, it was great to be able to check this off the list. It's really, really cute. I'm probably going to finish it into a magnet maybe, but I've just been setting it up here on my bookshelf, and it's cute. I know there's a lot going on visually, but I do love that there. My next finish is going to be Santa's Flight, I think. Yeah, Santa's Flight by Barbara Anna. I only had like 400 stitches left, well, about 500 stitches left on it, and I decided to just get it done. I started this in July for Christmas in July. Let me fold this up. This is a Stash Ada that I dyed with Rit Dye. I tried to order fabric to match the cover image, and it just like didn't work. It was way too dark. It wasn't the right shade. So I was like, well, I'll just do it myself. It was my first time dyeing fabric, and it was fun, and it turned out the way I wanted it to after a couple of tries. So I'm trying to fold it up so I don't have to show you all the whole piece of fabric that's not iron, but there's that. It's so cute. I think I'm gonna do it like maybe a flat finish or like a little pillow, because I do have excessive amounts of extra fabric. I think I might have miscounted the size of the fabric, because the margin, like I did the same math I always do, so I don't know what happened here, but I love it. It's so cute. It looks perfect on this blue. I'm just obsessed. So yeah, that's Santa's Flight by Barbara Anna and my second Christmas finish. So now I'm gonna hop into starts. I have about 5 to show y'all. You know, we're just gonna brush over that. The fact that I've just been starting things like crazy, but it's okay. We'll get into that in my 2024 plans. So this was my second to last birthday start. This is, I believe it's called Cat Crazy by My Big Toe. I bought this pattern for my illness like a while ago, and it just kind of sat in my stash, but I figured it would be a really good project to start for my birthday. It's not very big, and I did pull from stash for this whole project. And I'm actually doing a really cool conversion. I kind of hinted at it in my last video, but recently I did Next Door, I think by its Heartstring Sampler. I'll look it up and I'll put a picture of it here. So I stitched this recently for Cameron over at Cam the Stitcher for her birthday. And this color palette is just so beautiful. The fabric is so beautiful. So I decided just to use the same color palette for this. This is my start. It's on, I believe, Oaken by Picture This Plus. So I got this, the center cat, and then started on the words. These are the flosses. So we have like a green and a blue, a cream color, orange, and then like a pink. So I figured they had about the same number of colors. And then I'm using, I think, 3799 DMC for the words. But I really love how this is looking so far, and I can't wait to get a little bit further on this. I don't have any plans to just yet, but I really love this color scheme, and this fabric is beautiful. So I think it'll be like a fun little twist on the pattern. The next thing I started on December 1st. I started this before Cat Crazy, but I showed the other one because this one is like, I wanted to save this one for a little bit. But I did start this at the Jingle Ball, and this is going to be the Retro Advent Baubles. This is by Stitch Rovia. My goal is to start and finish this in December. I'm trying to keep up with one a day. It's not really working out, but I am getting caught up. So, some of these ornaments are not finished. I've just kind of been moving on and like getting the chunk done, like the hard counting parts, and then that way I can just kind of like fill in. But yeah, this is where I am. Oh my god, these colors are phenomenal. Like, I am obsessed. I also love that the 3, which is my birthday, is pink and orange, because pink and orange is like my favorite color combo. And so I didn't even do that on purpose. I didn't even notice it until later on, and I was looking at it like, wait, that's pink and orange on my birthday. So I have up to 7 fully finished. 8, I just have a little bit of that blue fill-in. Obviously 9, I think there's only one more color left in this, so that's why I saved it. 10, there's a little bit left to do, and then 11 and 12 over here. So it's honestly a little bit more stitching than I originally thought, and it's taking me a little bit longer to do each one, but I'm really enjoying it, and it's been so much fun. And like, come on, this is beautiful. I'm doing it 2/2 with the called for DMC on 16 count black Aida, and I'm loving it. I cannot wait to hopefully finish this and get it FFO'd, so that way I can display it next year. Like, how fun. I might pull it out in July, like when I do my Christmas in July, and just like look at it. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll finish it this year. It's just so beautiful, and these colors, I just love working with them. And each one is just so different and unique, and so it doesn't feel boring. Like, you're stitching something completely new every time, but also it's like little finishes, so it's really encouraging. Even though it's taken over my December stitching, I really wanted to get a little bit more progress in on a couple of my whips, but honestly, this is my main goal for this year, is to just get this done and work on whatever I can in between in the meantime. So that's where it is right now. The next project I have to show y'all is my birthday start, which I didn't start on my birthday, but I'll get into that. This is Coffee and Eggs by the Artsy Housewife. I've been in love with this pattern for so long, and I'm really excited that I have it started. I was gonna start it December 3rd for my birthday, but then I pulled the fabric out. I bought it previously from my LNS and got it custom cut for the project. And it looked really small, and I was like, well, maybe the project isn't as big as I think it is. Like, maybe this makes sense. And the sticker on it had the correct size when I looked it up, so I was like, yeah, this is right. Well, then I measured it on my birthday, and it was 2 inches short on all sides. So I was like, oh no, that's not gonna work. So then, like, and we had been kind of out all day, and so I was tired anyway. And I didn't really want to look through stash because I picked the fabric specifically for this project. So I didn't want to try and just pick like a second option. So luckily I was traveling the 3 hours back to my hometown where my LNS is the next day. So I was able to stop in and I talked to them about it, and they were very kind and, you know, very understanding and cut me a new piece of fabric. So that was really great. That being said, this is Coffee and Eggs stitched on 18 count Legacy by Picture This Plus. That is my start. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. I actually stitched this. I had a work meeting. So I was staying overnight in a hotel, and I watched Christmas movies on the TV and started this, and I'm loving the floss. They're all like, the whole like floss color scheme is so gorgeous, and this red is just like slightly variegated, but it's just enough to give it dimension. And yeah, I did do a middle start with I believe it's one of these leaves, so I'm really excited to kind of branch out and work on the other parts of this. I love it. This is going to be one of my focus pieces for next year. Also, this project lives in a new project bag. I told myself it's my birthday, I need to buy a new project bag. So I did. This is from Little Boat 88, which I have a couple of bags from them and I love it so much. This isn't necessarily themed. I would say it's more like spooky season, but I will be using it year round. Because look at it. I love the cats and the frogs and the little mushrooms. And yes, it's witchy or whatever, but this is going to be my year-round project bag. I just love it so much. Like, look at that little frog sleeping. Adorable. I'm obsessed. So, I have this in here with the thread bed, which is where I just keep the floss as it helps them not get tangled. So, gorgeous bag, gorgeously made. I recently made some vinyl front project bags, and I'm just so impressed with people who can make them well. Mine aren't terrible by any means. I made some as a gift for a couple of friends and my sister, but like, it's hard. Like, it's kind of hard to make them look neat and like the corners to be all beautiful, but amazing, amazing, amazing. The next art I have to show y'all is a really exciting one, a really pretty one. This is No Time Like the Present by Modern Folk Embroidery. This is the 2024 Sal from Modern Folk Embroidery. However, I started it early. This project is a big one. And I'm also doing no new starts next year. Well, there's some caveats to that, so I'll go over that in my plans. But I wanted to get a head start because this project is gigantic, and even though I'm not going to try and stay caught up with the yearly stitching, I do want to try and work on it next year. So if you want to finish something, you got to start it, you know what I mean? This appropriately lives in my pink and orange cocktail bag. Love this. This is a Sheba Designs bag I've had for a while. I'm giving you a little sneak preview. So I'm doing this on 20 count Ada by Fiber on a Whim. I can't remember the colors right now, but I'll put it up on the screen. which color fabric I'm using. And I'm using 2 colors of DMC for the floss. I'm using I'm using 839 and 720. So I'm doing pink and orange, baby. These are my new incredible floss hearts from Adam Hart Floss Drops. Adam Hart cross stitch. But they're, anyway, Adam Hart. And of course I got the pink sparkly ones. So yeah, I'm doing pink and orange on a kind of mauve-y pink orange fabric. And this is where I got. This is about 650 stitches. I only worked on this for one day, so I cranked it out. But I have found a new love for one strand on 20 count Aida. It is incredible. I do have a couple of 40 count linen projects, but I will say that 20 count Aida is so easy to stitch on. It is obviously really tiny, but I feel like the holes are so like obvious, and it's just, it went so quick. And I love one strand stitching on occasion, as like depending on the fabric, but I do feel like it goes pretty quick, and that with the 20 count Aida, I just flew through this in one day. Like I said, about 650 stitches. I'm loving the way that it's looking. I'm obsessed. When will I finish this? Don't know, but I was easily influenced into starting this. I mean, Jacob has incredible projects and patterns and just completely blows me away all the time. And yes, I'm still working on Fruits of Plenty, but I just couldn't not start this. And then I was like brainstorming colors, and pink and orange, just, I had to do it. So I'm really excited to see this develop and more progress get done on it. So that's all my starts. I only have one whip to show you guys, and that is my Monarch Quaker. This was my pick a whip from last video, which the prompt was alphabet. I did a poll on Instagram and Monarch Quaker won. I was able to put about 340 stitches in on it from the last time, and this is where I'm at. This is 36 count doubloon. Yeah, doubloon by Picture This Plus. I'm doing 2 strands of 310. It's gorgeous. It's bold. It's beautiful. I really, really love this project, and it looks gorgeous on this fabric. So, like I said, I was able to get about 340 stitches in, which is pretty good. That's what I love about Pick a Whip, is I probably wasn't going to pick this up this month, but I did, and I got a little bit of progress on it. So that's definitely something to be proud of. Speaking of Pick a Whip, let's pick our next one. So let's pick our last Pick a Whip for 2023. I have some exciting 2024 plans with Pick a Whip that I'll share here in a little bit. Let's get this taken care of first. Fun. Okay. So this is draw 2, pick 1. So I'm gonna draw 2 prompts, and then I have to find a project that fits both. So how fun. Oh my god. Okay. Of your recommendation, a Quaker. Okay. So the next one is linen. So I've got a Quaker on linen, which will be easy because all my Quakers are on linen. Okay. A Quaker on linen. I dropped it. Hold on. So let me look at the Quakers that I have currently. Obviously, I have Monarch Quaker. I have Sarah Moon. Do I have any other Quakers? Okay, so for Pick a Whip, my Quaker on linen. I think I'm gonna pick Sarah Moon. This is the Sarah Moon sal that I started with some of my girlies. And I think I'm going to pick this because I really want to finish out this motif before the end of the year. So I think this would give me the perfect excuse to go ahead and get that done. We do work on this every full moon, and I know that there's one coming up, I think the day after Christmas. And I think with with me traveling and stuff, I might not get it done. So I will make it my pick a whip as an excuse to work on it and maybe get it caught up. Cool. So I think since my plan section is going to encompass the end of the year plus next year, I'll probably go over some Happy Mail and haul and then go over plans after that. So the first piece of Happy Mail I want to talk about is my friend Bridgen sent me a piece of fabric and some floss. That is so me. I am obsessed. So this is 28 count House of Bone and Salt Even Weave by Fangirl Fibers. And then she also sent me 2 color and cotton flosses. One is Pickle, so that one's really cute. And then the other one is this gorgeous hot pink. It's so beautiful. But let me show you all this fabric. I already have plans for it. Are you joking? Oh my god. I'm absolutely obsessed. She knows me so well because I was like, this is perfect. I don't want to divulge too many of those plans, but me and Cam at Cam the Stitcher are going to do a BFF sal for the both of us. And this floss is actually based off of Bridgen's recommendation also, but this is Fiesta by Color and Cotton, and it's pink and orange, baby. So I'm going to do a monochromatic moment with Fiesta and this beautiful fabric that Bridgen sent me. So thanks, Bridgen. I love you. You're incredible. The next Happy Mail I got is from my stitchy friend Hannah. She's here on YouTube and on Instagram. We chat over on Instagram almost every single day, and she sent me the most loveliest package with the most loveliest note. I could have cried. I probably did. But yeah, so she sent me some goodies, and then she also made me something that I literally cried. Look how cute this is. Obviously it's pink and orange, we love that, but look how precious this little pink ghost. This fabric is gorgeous, but she made me a pillow. Pink and orange witch hats, like, it's perfect. It is perfect, and I love it, and I'm going to leave it out year round. I don't care if it's a ghost. It will be staying on my shelf year round because I love it so freaking much. It's just so, it's so thoughtful and so sweet and just incredibly nice. It's crazy that like you can meet people on the internet who become like actual friends, like genuine friends that you talk to almost every single day. I just love it so much. And just, I mean, obviously it is gorgeous, beautiful, amazing, stunning, wonderful. But like the sentiment behind it also is just so precious and so sweet. So thank you very much, Hannah. I'm obsessed and I love it, and just thank you. Oh, it warms my heart. It truly warms my heart. She also has a December birthday, so if you want to go wish her happy birthday, do that. And then for haul, I did go to 2 LNSs in 2 days. So I had birthday coupons, so it kind of felt like I had to, like I was required by law to go use those birthday coupons. Anyway, so I went to my hometown LNS and I got a couple pieces of fabric. I don't have them, already have them put away, but I will definitely show y'all those when I start those projects. They were all moth related / butterfly related, so I kitted up White Winter Moth by Kathy Barrick. I got the fabric for HL's moth by Kathy Barrick. And then I fully kitted up a Study in Pink by the Artsy Housewife, which is a gorgeous pink butterfly. So that's what I got at that L&S. The other one I actually have something to show you. Because I got the pattern, the fabric, and the floss. I wasn't planning to. Oh, I kitted up another project. Oh my gosh, how did I even forget? I'll have to get that because I'm actually starting that today. But I'll go ahead and show you this. So I got Vintage Birds by Jeanette Douglas. I saw the model stitched up on the wall when I was waiting to get my fabric for this other project. And I was like, yep, I'll be getting that. And I will. So I got fabric and the floss for this. I don't want to take it out because there's a lot. There's like 20 something flosses in this. And then the fabric I got is actually doubloon by Picture This Plus, which you just saw with Monarch Quaker. They didn't have, like, the called for this, I want to say it's Legacy linen by Picture This Plus. But the linen they had was more like green brown and not like gold. So I decided to just kind of go by look because I do love the way that this looks. So, don't know when I'll start this, but I have it ready to go whenever the need arises. So the next project that I kitted up at my L&S, well, the second L&S, I would consider Stitcher's Garden my actual L&S because that's in my hometown. But the next town over, about 30-45 minutes away, we have the Shepherd's Needle. So I always go there because that's the town that I work in. So when I'm on little work trips, I'll go swing by there. But I kitted up Arranging Ornaments by Ink Circles. This was, I believe it was a Jingle Ball exclusive for this year. So I got, very appropriately, Gingerbread by Picture This Plus and some fancy floss. They didn't have the called for brown, so I just chose one that looked good with the color palette. And this is the one I'm going to start today. I finished 2 things. I was like, you can start it. So that'll be my start for today. And I'm really excited. And I love this warm, beautiful fabric. That's a perfect segue into the rest of my 2023 plans. For December, I do have a couple more starts planned. And that kind of leads into next year. But after Christmas at some point, I do plan to start this December Quaker. I've decided instead of doing red and green, I'm going to do pink and green. I just pulled these from Stash. And there's the fabric in there. So I think that'll be after Christmas. Just something to do and stitch before we get into the new year. I also have, I got Deck the Halls by Satsuma Street. I bought that pattern at the Jingle Ball just while I was shopping. And I don't know if I'm going to start that this year. I had plans to, but depending on, I don't know, depending on how my stitching goes, I might try to start that this year. I might wait. I would like to end the year with 50 whips. I think I'm at 46 now. So I don't know. It depends on if I finish anything else. Obviously the retro advent baubles I could finish, but by that point it won't be Christmas anymore. Like I could try and finish it early, but you know, like I don't know. So it's really dependent on how things go the rest of this month because I want 50 whips as opposed to like 48 or 52. So I have to play a very delicate dance with starts versus finishes and just try and like getting that worked out. I guess. I don't know. I feel like planning makes my brain happy, but it also kind of like stresses me out. It's a lot of coordination. So anyway, may or may not start Deck the Halls, but I do plan to start December Quaker. Because again, I feel like the time between Christmas and New Year is just like awkward for like crafting plans because like it's not Christmas anymore, but like you don't really want to move on to like anything else. Like it's just kind of an awkward time that week between, or those, I guess, couple of days. So that'll be the plans for that. I do also want to start my BFF sal with Cameron before the end of the year. So that's that plan. I showed you the floss and fabric for that. I'll reveal the pattern later. Probably after I start it, because hopefully I'll get it started this year. If not, I don't know. But I probably won't record again until after the new year. And then maybe possibly I might start Kaleidoscope by Yasmin's Made with Love. I just love the colors in this. Like, it's just such a bold, stunning piece, and I would love to have that up on my wall. So I kind of wanted to start that. I might hold off. Again, it kind of depends on if I finish anything else this year and all of that. So stay tuned if that interests you and if you want to. If you want to stay caught up with all of my antics. I'm hoping last year there will be less antics, but we'll see. I do have a couple of little goals that I want to get done before the end of the year, but I'll keep those to myself in case I don't do any of them. You never know. That's why I call this section hopes and dreams, because at the end of the day, they're hopes and dreams. I can want to do a million things, but I have to remember that I'm human. I work 7 days a week, so sometimes I set these lofty goals for myself, and then I just don't have the time to do it, which is fine, and it's great that, you know, I have the life I have. Like, there's sometimes things come up. I want to hang out with my family or my wife instead of sitting in my room and stitching, but like sometimes I want to sit in my room and stitch. So I don't know, like it ebbs and flows, and I definitely don't want to lock myself into anything, which kind of plays into 2024 plans. So let me quit rambling and get to that. So I guess the main thing for next year is going to be 2024, the year of low starts. I'm not going to say no starts, but we're going to say low. I've started over 40 things this year, which, saying that out loud and like seeing that number in my Notion is just shocking, truly. I have probably like 11 finishes, but still, like, that's not 40 starts. I'm sorry. Who did I think I was? But I love the start. I love the excitement of starting things with my friends. You know how it goes. So that being said, next year I want to be a little bit more mindful about my stitching. I want to get more finishes and less starts. So that's kind of the plan. I have allowed myself 4 free starts for next year. I'm going to try and space them out 1 per quarter. Megan, the Seattle Stitcher, we're kind of, well, her, Bridget, and Cam and I we kind of been chatting about doing a low start year. We've been brainstorming like how we're going to do that and whatnot. So Megan thought of the idea of doing like a quarterly start. And so, you know, every 3 months you can start a new project. So I'm definitely going to follow that, because there are things I do want to start next year. And it's unrealistic for me to say I'm not going to start anything all year. Like, I know myself, like, that's not going to happen. So I'm allowing myself 1 per quarter, which is not bad in my opinion. But also there is, I guess, a caveat that I will be doing my 8 for 28 in December. So I guess I'm doing low starts until December, and then I'm doing all the starts. But I think 8 for 28, I'm just going to continue on the trend. But I am also allowing myself to earn new starts. So I think the rule is going to be 2 finishes for every start. So I have to finish 2 projects, and then I can start another one. I think that will allow me to have more starts, but also to finish more projects. I'm going to try and keep it within similar size projects. So like, I'm not going to finish 2 smalls and start a giant sampler or a full coverage. Like, I'm going to try and keep my start about the same size as my finishes for those 2, just to kind of keep it under control. you know, I have a lot of really big projects and I really want to focus on those next year and get more progress on those. And so I don't want to just start more big projects that I won't be able to work on. So that's the goal when it comes to my low starts. I'm also doing a fun little thing where I have like a top 12 categories, or priority projects. So I have top 12 priority projects for next year, but those all fall within a category. I'll put the categories up here. Some of them are not going to widely apply. Like I have one called Shelby's Legacy, and so Shelby is my cousin who passed away, and I have 2 projects right now that I'm doing like in her honor or that remind me of her. So that one is not one that would like widely apply to people, but there are some that would. Obviously my like 6 for 26 and 7 for 27 projects, like that category, like unless you did those types of starts for your birthday, like, you know, so I just kind of picked 12 categories that apply to my stitching in my whip list, and I have a priority project in each of those sections. So when it comes to WhipGo, I'm going to try and do WhipGo again next year, but instead of doing a specific project in each square, I'll be putting my category. So I'll have each of my categories listed twice, and then 13 is going to be 1 finish and 1 start. So if I finish one, I can start one. I don't have to do the 2 finishes for a start or use one of my free starts for the year. So that'll be something I grab a project that's close to a finish and finish it off, and then am able to start another one for my free space. But I'm being really loose with WhipGo because it being restrictive is what didn't work for me last year, and I could have changed my board, but I didn't. So I think this year it's going to be a little bit flexible. So I'm putting the category down. And so if I finish a project that was my priority, I have a backup project that will be slotted into the top 12 projects. And so whatever it is at the time that it's called, that'll be that project. For goals, I'm waiting until it's called to pick the goal I want for that project. There are some on the smaller end that I could probably finish within a month if I tried really hard. So I think when those are called, I might slot it for a finish. But with projects like Fruits of Plenty, or I have Wings of the Dove by Modern Folk Embroidery, those won't be finished, you know? So depending on what my goals are for that month in general, not involving WhipGo, that's kind of going to dictate how I set my goals for WhipGo that month. So it's kind of up in the air. It's going to be a working board. It's going to be something that I make work for me and that is helpful. I like playing little games like that. It's fun. I also saw a lady on Facebook who does WhipGo, and for every block that she completes, she puts that block number amount of dollars into a stash. And so at the end of the year, she has like $300-ish to spend on cross stitch stuff, and I thought that was really fun. I think I might try and do that, or every time I get a bingo. I mean, because you have a substantial amount of bingos on a bingo board. So I thought about rewarding myself when I get a bingo and just putting some money back and being able to use that to purchase at the end of the year. I think that would be a lot of fun. I'm just trying to make it fun, but also get a bunch of progress done on my whips and get some finishes. I get so excited thinking about next year and all the plans. But that leads me into Pick a Whip. So as you just saw, I do Pick a Whip every time I record. However, my recording schedule is kind of sporadic, and I wanted this to be something that not only I could do, but that people could play along with if they wanted to. So I think I've come up with a system that will work. Maybe, we'll see. I've decided to try and make a Pick a Whip draw on the 1st and the 15th of every month. So you'll have one every 2 weeks-ish. With that, I will probably be posting on my Instagram and the YouTube community tab. Obviously life gets in the way. My schedule's a little crazy sometimes. So it might be the 2nd, it might be the 14th, it might be the 17th, but around the 1st and the 15th, I'm going to try really hard to keep that schedule and draw a prompt for y'all and post on Instagram, you know, the prompt and the project that I personally picked to fulfill that prompt. And that way people have a little bit more consistency if they want to participate and they want to follow along with the prompts, or maybe you make your own jar and you pick from that, you know, the 1st and the 15th of every month. So that's the goal for Pick-a-Whip. I obviously love doing Pick-a-Whip. It's been so much fun. It's made me grab projects that I probably wouldn't have and get a little bit of extra work on them. WhipGo is going to be my top 12 priority projects and categories, but Pick-a-Whip is going to be whatever. I think that that'll give me some flexibility to grab a project outside of my top 12 that I want to work on or that needs to have some stitches put into it. So ideally, I'll be working on 4 to 5 projects a month, which I think is enough for me to feel like I have some variety and that I won't get bored stitching the same thing, but also not be so many that I don't get progress on them. That's the hopes and the dreams for 2024. I know that was a lot. If you have any questions about anything, let me know. Obviously this makes sense to me because I'm the one who thought of it and I'm the one who wrote it out, but I might not have explained it in a way that you understand, so feel free to ask any questions you have about anything I've said in this whole video, really, because I've been talking. So anyway, thank you so very much for stopping in today. I really appreciate you watching and your love and support. It's just outpouring from this community, and you know, the Jingle Ball really just refreshed me, you know? It's so fun to talk to people who have the same hobby as you. And like obviously like I interact with comments and like on Instagram and I watch people's floss tubes and comment and you know, all that stuff. But it is different sitting in like a Zoom style room where you're able to talk in real time with people that you watch their videos, or maybe you don't and you meet new people. Like it was so fun and so refreshing, and I just love this community so much, and I appreciate y'all sticking around with me for a year now. I had my Flosstube anniversary, so that's just really fun and really special, and I appreciate every single one of you. So yeah, this week, please do something that fills your cup and makes you happy and brings you joy, whatever that may be. And whether you're watching this morning, evening, afternoon, night, I hope you have a wonderful time, and I hope you have a wonderful day and a wonderful week, and I'll see y'all next time.